Hey guys, it's Kingdom Orange 2 here, and welcome back to my channel. Since I've done couple rankings for both Ever After High and Monster High recently, I thought for today I would rank the couples of Winx Club. Now usually I would rank all of the relationships in a particular franchise, but I was confused on who I should include and just thought that some couples I had nothing to say about. Now before I go on, feel free to check out my Instagram and TikTok pages. It's the same username for both and I love connecting with and meeting new people. So with that being said, let's get on to the rankings. At the bottom of the list, at number 11, we have Daphne and Thorin. Honestly, what the actual heck was the point of this relationship? Not only did Daphne just become a human again, but her and Thorin hardly know each other and suddenly decided to get married. First of all, if anyone was supposed to be getting married, it should have been Bloom and Sky. Also, the wedding they had was complete garbage. Not only was it thrown together in like a day or two, but the Winx didn't even bother to buy themselves new dresses, and on top of that, they had to leave the wedding early to go fight in the Legendarium dimension, which is honestly so tacky. But at least the ceremony for the wedding was only postponed a couple of hours and not to a later date. Number 10 is Musa and Riven. It's really no surprise to anyone that Riven and Musa are so low on this list. Now honestly, I can't lie and say that I don't live for the drama, especially since most of the other couples' problems usually stem from rather insignificant issues, but this relationship is just way too volatile. We, as the audience, know at the end of the day, Riven really loves and cares for Musa, but he is too easily prone to jealousy and outbursts of anger. I do also want to quickly touch on the way this relationship was handled in season 6. After Riven confesses his love to Musa with a song, even though she was concerned he was cheating on her, Musa and Riven are once again at odds. This time though, he is way too focused on training and Musa decides that they weren't meant to be together and should break up. They go on their separate ways and Riven announces he is leaving the specialist to go on his own. Now while I think it's definitely interesting to finally see this couple break up, the reasoning behind their split is really stupid. If not for the 100 reasons as to why they should have broken up in the past, why suddenly now? And on top of this, Riven and Musa get back together in season 8, which she did kind of make him work for it, but I feel like she still shouldn't have taken him back. Number 9 is Darcy and Riven. I wasn't really sure where to put this relationship. On one hand, these two are both horrible people, so that's why they would have made a good match. But at the same time, Darcy was only using Riven to try to get information about the specialists and Winx. Even though I was never really sure how Darcy felt about Riven, because when she first met him, she was interested in him, but I honestly wish the writers would have explored a bit more of their relationship, because I always wondered if Darcy had some sort of resentment towards Musa. There was an episode in season 8 where Darcy hypnotizes Riven into attacking Musa, and does mention to him that it wasn't the first time she's done that, but that's all we got from their relationship after the first season, really. Number 8 is Icy and Tritanus. Here's the thing. I don't necessarily hate the concept of Icy and Tritanus being love interests, but it's illogical and a bit weird for a couple of reasons. First and foremost, Icy is a queen bee. She doesn't necessarily strike me as a type of girl who would want to date because it's really either her way or the highway. Second, the relationship felt very forced. I know that Tritanus is kinda hot in his merman form, but Icy seemed to fall head over heels for him rather quickly, and seeing Icy be all lovey-dovey is really out of character. Finally, I could never really tell if Icy was using him or not in the first place. She does take the blow for Tritanus when he's almost struck, and I know that she kind of broke up with him when he got possessed by the Emperor's throne, but you would think in the movie Mystery of the Abyss, she would show some sort of longing for him, especially since he was her only love interest in the entire series. Number 7 is Aisha and Nex. Just like Daphne and Thorin, I really don't understand the purpose of this relationship. Not only did it seem like Aisha was falling for someone else, but Nex really isn't a great guy. He's not as bad as Riven, but at times he can be quite of a jerk. Once he gets called out by Aisha, he does start to become less of a butt, but then he turns into a jerk again in season 7, only for them to change him back in season 8. Now I know both Nex and Aisha have feisty personalities, but I don't think they complement each other in a good way. Number 6 is Tekna and Timmy. So a lot of you probably know how I feel about Tekna already, and to me, Timmy just feels like the male version of her. I do, however, appreciate two things about this relationship. First is that Tekna obviously struggles with showing her emotions, and I feel like giving her a love interest proves that there is more to her than just a logical side. I I also think that this relationship seems to be one of the healthiest relationships out of this bunch. The only issues that Tekna and Timmy ever seem to deal with is communication with one another, which the Winx try to help by making them go on a date. Tekna and Timmy really give me old married couple vibes, and I'm okay with that, especially since it means that their relationship isn't emotionally unstable. Number 5 is Aisha and Roy. Now, a couple of things before I get into it. I think that dating only a couple of months after Naboo died is way too quickly for Aisha to move on. In all honesty, Rainbow is probably trying to show that even though Aisha has experienced loss, it's okay to grieve, but it doesn't mean that it's the end or she has to spend her life feeling sad. I really like Roy and appreciate he wasn't pushing himself onto Aisha. I honestly wouldn't have minded them dating, but of course, the writers wanted to throw in this horrible love triangle that just randomly fizzled out in the end because Roy was never seen or heard from again after season 6. Number 4 is Bloom and Sky. I don't think Bloom and Sky are as horrible of a couple as everyone says they are. I really enjoyed a lot of their moments throughout the series, such as the drama with Diaspro, as well as Sky proposing to Bloom at the end of the first movie. I think what really gives people a bad taste in their mouth, though, is what transpired in season 5. I don't know what was in Althea's drinking fountain, but everybody seemed really melodramatic with their relationships this season, especially Bloom. And I felt like a lot of their relationship issues going forward felt really dumb, like Sky losing his memory, Sky getting jealous over Elos, or Diaspro still trying to steal Sky away from Bloom. Number 3 is Aisha and Naboo. I would say out of all of the couples featured on Winx Club, they probably have the most interesting love story, going from enemies to lovers to engaged to Naboo's ultimate passing. Now, part of me was heavily debating on whether or not I actually just liked them together or admired their tragic love story. To me, they are a very cute couple, and I appreciate how they were both going to give up their lives as royals to live happily together on Earth. I do feel, however, that their engagement seemed a bit rushed. I understand they were going to be married off to each other anyways, but at the time, they were the couple that had been together the shortest. Number 2 is Stella and Brandon. At first, I was not crazy about this relationship. It seemed very surface level, with Stella being the type of girl who is obsessed with flirting and cute boys, and Brandon being the stereotypical ladies' man jock. However, over the course of the series, we see that there's more to this couple than meets the eye. What I think I like most about this relationship is that Brandon is really supportive of Stella and her various endeavors. He also grounds Stella and is not afraid to call her out when she's being immature and irrational, which I think is an important element to a good partner. We all need someone who brings out the best in us, but also makes us a better person. The only thing that annoyed me about this relationship was the whole Mitzi situation. I don't think Brandon should have been texting Mitzi, but Stella honestly really had nothing to worry about. She's prettier, richer, and has a way better personality than Mitzi does. At the top spot, we have Flora and Helia. So Flora and Helia aren't the most interesting couple in Winx Club, but I put them on the top of the list for a couple of reasons. For starters, Helia and Flora are really made for each other, as they both are in touch with their sensitive sides, and it definitely shows. I will also say that their conflict felt a bit more organic than some of the other couples. Now, I do believe Flora was acting a bit melodramatic in regards to her believing Helia loved Crystal. However, I can see why Flora would definitely feel insecure about her, and even when Crystal and Flora met up, I still felt like Crystal seemed to be harboring some sort of romantic feelings towards Helia. Now, I don't know if it's because I'm a bit sadistic, but I did also enjoy seeing their conflict in season 7. It proved to me that none of these couples are perfect, and that Flora and Helia could both work through their issues in a healthy way, and that's why they are truly fantastic together. As always, feel free to share down below who your favorite couples for Winx Club are and why. Was there anyone on this list you wish I would have included? Also, feel free to tell me any other couple ranking videos you want to see in the future. If you liked this video today and want to see more content in the future, make sure you hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Thank you guys so much for watching today, and I will see you soon. Bye!